Alright, here we have our 1993 Ford F-250 extended cab long bed. It's an XLT with just 117,000 original miles. It's just pretty close to turning over to 118,000 original miles. It's a two-owner from Washington, no accidents, no rust, no paint work, no body work ever done. It's in this really nice looking two-tone factory. It's called Twilight Blue Metallic. It's a deep blue, and then the center color is called Bimini Blue Metallic. It's got brand new Firestone Transforce tires, which are pretty much the best you can get on the market. So those are over $1,100 brand new themselves. But again, it's got a really clean paint and body. It's got a few options that I always love to see on these trucks. It's got the small sport power mirrors, which are really hard to find, so it doesn't dent the door or anything like that. It's got the Alcoa wheels, and it's got a couple other options. You know, the cab lights, which I always like seeing. So we'll get started off here in the front. I mean, all the chrome's in good condition. The lights are nice and clear. You just have your typical little stone chipping along here on the front valance, and you got some, you know, sandblasting peppering in some of the grill. No cracks in the chrome. All the chrome's got nice depth to it on the bumpers. Molding's in nice shape, nice and black, not sun faded or anything. This light does have a little bit of condensation in it, but it's probably just from the ring that goes around the inside of the actual lamp itself. Isn't all the way down. But all the corner lights and the tail lights got really nice color. No clear coat or paint peeling on this truck. The corner here is just really slightly dented, or not only dented down, but just bends down a little bit. There's no paint damage. No cracks or chips in the window. Nice looking hood, but just towards the very front of it, from like from this area forward, when you get really close, you'll see some kind of like paint checkering, or paint checking, you know, where it looks like kind of tiny little stars, little windmills. But the hood's got no dings or dents. You'll see them up in this area too, a little bit. See if we can get one. They're really hard to see. Towards the front, they're more easier to see. You can see those little areas, like right there. The wax gets in there and causes problem, but they actually do make blue waxes and stuff, and darker waxes, so if you don't use the whites, it's not as evident. But it's just got really nice rock. Just got a little bit of rock chipping here, still stone chips. The paint chipped here a little bit. This isn't actual rust or nothing. It's just the paint chipped, and then, you know, there's bare metal, and so it got surface rust. No dents or anything. Nice looking emblems. The chrome's got a little bit of sandblasting, but all the rubbers are in nice condition, nice and black and soft. Wing windows lock good. This has a little bit of drying on it. Got a little tiny scratch there, a couple little tiny marks around the keys, which is kind of normal. Gonna have a chip there and a chip there, but as you can tell by my reflection, this paint's got great depth to it. You know, you just have your little stone chips. They're really hard to see, but you know, I got the camera right up in there. And this always happens, you get a little stone chipping from the front tires throwing them up. Chips. You got some slight chipping on the pinstripe. I mean, you know, this is just a killer looking truck, you know, but this is just, I want to get right in there and show you for the, so you know exactly what you're getting. A little paint chipped away there and got some surface rust. You can see in the center it got chipped. Rear slider locks, all that stuff, no dents in the cab. Front bulkhead's nice and straight. It's got some polished aluminum bed covers. You do got a couple little scrapes. You know, this is dark blue, so it's gonna act like black on the reflections, and you know, you're gonna reflect a lot of stuff in the background and stuff like that. But it's gonna show all the defects a lot more than your normal colors too. That was a little chip there. And how they paint these two-tone trucks is kind of interesting. But they paint the entire truck the center color, and then they paint the darker color. So if you do get chip, it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You know, like that one there. So a little bit touch up and a little bit time would go a long way. You got just a little bit chipping at the end there. End of the tailgate looks like you got hit against something. Tail lights are in nice condition. Bed corners, no rust or anything, just a couple of chips. But actually, there's not many stone chips after the tires here, so it must have had some mud flaps on it at one point. Really nice and clean behind there. We do have a couple little chips in this area. Take you around to the back. Again, you got that little deal. Got some scratches. Look like somebody was loading something in, chipped it, and then it scratched down. But you have a little chipping there, a chip there, and then condensation got underneath it, and but you can even see some of the water coming out there. But so it's probably going to chip away. So, but you could get the top side of the tailgate done because the bottom side's in really nice condition. The paint striping's come away a little bit. Had a bumper sticker on it one time, so you know, if you get some like never dull polish and get this thing looking real good again. Bumper's in nice shape. You got rear airbags, so that's for your air there. Nice chrome, no marks on the top piece. But it looks like it got hooked or something on here. There's no chrome flaking, no denting, no creases. So what I'd do is try to find like a low stump or something and slowly back up against it, and it will just kind of push that up and straighten it out. Alright, so this has got kind of the same little chip there. This side, you know, the driver's side's got a couple more scratches in this one because, you know, the drivers probably tend to load stuff from the driver's side more. Got a little crazy little scratch there. A couple little chips. Just a couple chips, nothing big. A little scratch. And you see these tires are brand new. There's the rear airbags. And even behind here doesn't have very many chips. Looks really nice paint. It's a great looking color combo. You do got a crazy grouping of scratches. You can see right there. It's all in this area. They don't have much of an edge to them. But you know, you have them here. It has just your standard drop-in bed liner. And it looks like it has some type of rear hitch that's bolted in there. And it's got your normal class 3 hitch too. I think it maybe had a toolbox up here or something that bumped up against that. Really slight scratch. Small scratch, small scratch. And again, you'll find this throughout the truck on the high traffic entry areas and some on the bed, but we're chipped off a little bit. Got a little scratch there. Same kind of treatment. I mean, both sides have about, you know, pretty equal type wear, but it's just a great looking truck. Take you down the rockers, you got a little chip. Again, just real nice paint, couple of chips there, chip, some small entry scratches. And the other side, same thing, I'll show that when we go in the interior. But then you don't got many chips here. Again, there's the same type of chipping on this stuff just kind of rattles and runs loose. And you'll see in the later model Fords, like from 95 on, there's actually a rubber piece that comes between here because of that problem. So it's kind of a problem Ford recognized early on because it started chipping right away. And same with like Bushwhacker fender flares, that's why they come with the rubber. Nice looking paint on the cowl, no flaking or chipping. Good looking stainless. You do got a little ding there and a little ding there, so you can see that. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a little ding here on the passenger side bed. I mean, it's really hard to see, but you can kind of see where my finger will go down. There you go. It's got no, there's no paint damage, so it's really hard to see. But I mean, you stand back, I mean, just even, you know, a couple feet from this truck, I mean, it just looks immaculate. I mean, this truck looks killer going down the road with all the chrome and the paint options it has and with the Alcoa wheels. So I'm gonna take you inside, but here's, you know, all the rubbers look really nice. It's got full power options. There's a little scuff in here, but I'll get that off. It's just like, it looks like from a marker or something. But otherwise, the door panels are mint. Even the felt here, which usually gets marked up, is in really nice shape. You know, no stress cracking. Nice paint. You know, very little wear. Door hinges don't sag. Nice shiny paint in there too. No rust. And the seats are mint. There's, you know, it's got the lumbar support both sides, but it's cool. It's got the captain chairs, kind of like the Broncos, with the center console and armrests. A lot of these get broken. It works perfect. You have one pull and it comes all the way forward by itself. No issues. This rear seat does fold down. You just pull up on it, and then it folds down to a full rear tray. And this will fold down with it. And it's got the metal in the back. All the plastics are in really nice condition. You know, perfect headliner. It's a non-smoker. Just a 200 truck. A lot of times that'll be missing. The center headlamp or center dome light cover. Dash is perfect. And not one mark. No cracking. No sun dyeing. Nice color. Shifter's nice and clean. Carpet's really nice. You know, just has a little bit of entry darkening sides. You know, got your standard mats, but it looks pretty good. got all the original books, which is cool to see. And it's got all the stuff that comes with it. And I'll take this one so you can see the reflection of the paint. But, you know, I'll stand, you know, a couple feet away, and you can see, you know, how crisp and clear that is. And I'll get nice and close. It's not foggy at all or anything. I mean, that's a nice clear reflection. So I'll take you to the driver's side. And as you'll see in a little bit, the underside's just as nice. Just a little marking. That's kind of what I was talking about on the other side. You know, is what you often get because this material is really soft. But plastics are in perfect shape. Nice looking door jambs. Good looking paint throughout. This is the little wear area I was talking about. Wears up the paint. There's your VIN number with your axle code and all the colors and trans. It's a C5, which is cool, so it's 410 limited slip. No cracks. Take you up top here. You can see the hood. You can see all the cab lights. No dents on the roof. The rain gutters are nice and clean. There's no real breakdown on the steering wheel. Cruise control works, all that stuff. And we do separate video of it driving. I mean, look in the boot. It's just nice and squeaky clean. You got your trailer brake controller. I'll go ahead and pop the hood. But you know, again, just a little darkening areas from here, but you know, nice rubber mat. Again, you pull that. A lot of times those wear out, and you got to pull and with one arm pull the seat forward and pull the switch. So that's nice to see that works good. It's got the big 7.5 460. You know, it's nice and clean under the hood, but not too clean that you wonder what's going on. You know, no signs of overheating or sprayed fluids. Bolts have never been messed with. There's a clean firewall. Cold AC. Got a nice interstate battery. You know, nice and clean, and you know, honest clean. You know, it's not steam clean, pressure washed, and then sprayed with a bunch of goop. I mean, this is how it's been cared for, how it's looked in its natural state, and that's how I kind of like to keep them. And then just the same way I like to find them. We'll go ahead and fire it up here. So we do cold start videos and driving videos, so hopefully you guys can stay along for that. Fires right up. We gotta get some gas in there before we head driving, but 117, 932. Nice little Pioneer CD player. This runs really smooth. I mean, there's no shaking or hesitation, noises. You know, it's a little cold still, so it's got a little condensation, but no smoking or any issues like that. So, alright. Oh, one cool thing, hopefully you can see it on the camera, but oh, you can see all the decals down below, but you can even see the word. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I'll get a picture of it. But even on the top of the spring, you can see where the factory decal was. So that's our 93 two-owner, rust-free, 117,000 mile F250. I'm going to be going at no reserve with a 7-day auction.